Ramblin Man here. Okay, I got a question for y'all. So, I'll tell you this way. One of my friends was asking me, if I thought the world had gotten worse. And I think the answer to that is no, but the difference is you have a lot of different social media. You have other things that are in play here. When I was a kid, I'll give you an example. When I was a kid, no one had a cell phone. And I mean, no one. We didn't really get a cell phone until we got what was it's called a phone in a bag. I know it sounds funny, but it was a bag phone, and it was made by Motorola, and it plugs into your cigarette lighter. I know y'all know what I'm talking about if you're from that time frame. I think that was in early 90s, maybe 90, 91 we got that. I was a senior in high school in 93. Yep, I'm old. But that was the extent of anything that I saw mobile. I mean, but before that, you're talking about those huge bricks with antennas and stuff that you see from the 80s movies. That's the only thing. So when I was like 7th or 8th grade and we're playing middle school football, junior high, then your parents knew to pick you up at 5 o'clock or 5:30 or whatever time it was. We found out the day before. And when we found out, we'd tell them, hey, they're pick me up at this time. If for some reason your parent forgot, and it's and you're supposed to be picked up at 5, now it's 5:30, and there's only 2 or 3 of you there with the coach doesn't want to stay, so he's like, hey, call him up. So now you use your landline, and you call your house landline, and you hope to God that your parents are there. Because then you're like, hey, you forgot me. And it's not, if you grew up in the 80s and early 90s and you were never forgotten, then you're a special kind of person. Because I've been left at school when I was 4th grade sitting on the curb, and my mom's like, oh, I'm so sorry. We didn't think anything of it. We didn't have phones. We just sat there. So I think nowadays, so when my friend asked me, do you think the world's worse? I think so, just because it's made worse by the things that we have, not by what we don't. I think it was more simplistic when we didn't have all these technology and the gadgets and things. We didn't have cell phones. We didn't even have beepers yet. We were just, when we were kids, we just didn't have anything like that, and so we weren't wasting our time stuck on a phone, having it stuck to our hand, and that is part of the problem. We're not teaching our kids anymore. We're not teaching them, hey, you say yes sir, no sir, yes ma'am, no ma'am. We're not doing that. We're not teaching them how to interact in social settings. We're not teaching them how to treat their elders, and that's a big one. I see a lot of young kids just talk back all the time to people that are older than them, and it's really frustrating to me because that was not the way I was raised. And if someone younger, a kid, talks back to me, I don't care if it's your kid or my kid, they're still gonna get the same thing of, you better watch your mouth. Because that's the way I grew up. I mean, there was nothing wrong with a spanking. We called them licks, swats, spankings, whatever you want to call them. We got them in school. There was no let me call your mom and dad and see if it's okay. And then after a while, all we're gonna do is put you in timeout. There's so many introverts nowadays. Timeouts, yes. All I gotta do is be bad to put me in timeout. I don't have to respond to anybody. I don't talk to anybody. How is that good for anyone? All I know is when I was a kid, we got our butts kicked. They beat our butts, and we were better for it. You're still gonna have those bad seeds, okay? They're still out there. But a whooping never hurt anyone. Abuse, yes. But whippings, man, I was tanned all the time. I always tell everybody my last name was upside down and backwards on my butt because back in the day you had your name on your belt, and boy, lay into me, and let me tell you, it was imprinted, pop, right on my butt. So did it hurt me? Just a little bit of a sting, but hurt my feelings more than anything. But I tell you one thing, it definitely corrected me. And you ask anybody that got proper spankings when they were a kid, they're much better for it. I think that's missing today. And when I say we're letting technology go ahead and teach our kids, think about this. Do you have that time with your kids? Do you like, hey, everybody come down here and sit down, let's talk about our day. How was your day? What'd you do today? No, they're like this. And even if they're at the table, they're still looking at their phone, still scrolling through. Oh, girl, you don't even know. I mean, come on. That is time that should be spent face to face. I'm guilty of it. I mean, it's just one of those things. It just happens. And there's so many things out there right now. TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, everything that's out there. You know, we joke around about fact checking, but let's be honest, when people are putting stuff out there, our kids aren't going around like, oh, let's fact check this. They're just taking that for, hey, this is the real deal. And the problem with that is, if they get it in their head and you haven't done your job as a parent, or we haven't done our jobs as parents in order to direct them the right way and let them know what's right, what's not, then we're not teaching our kids. A stranger on the other end of that phone that's put some bull crap into their heads is the one teaching them. So it was just one of my thoughts today. I was thinking about, like, man, you know, just my friend got me started thinking, is society worse? No, it's not worse, but we've become so disconnected from kids and friends, even family, just because we have that phone attached to our hand. Tell me if I'm wrong. I don't think I am, but what do you see that we can do different as a society? I just think something needs to happen, or we're going to lose our kids. Straight up, we're going to lose them to laziness and misinformation. So let me know what you think. Please subscribe. I would like to start having interviews and doing live podcasts, so make sure you subscribe. Make sure you share those with your friends, people I may not know, and comment. I've had some good comments on some of my posts, and it's been great conversation, so please do that. Thanks so much. Y'all have a great evening. Ramblin Man out.